it's early doors, and the question we kind of put to you last week after Gareth Southgate said that any team out of 7 could win the title this year. You're sat in 4th at the minute. Something's got to give at the weekend with Tottenham and Chelsea. Do you look at it at all, Brendan, and think this is doable again?
No, not really, Pete. It's one where I've got to be honest. One, it's so early in the season. It's not even thought about. There's no consideration whatsoever. When you've got a bit of experience, it's really about getting to those last 5 games and see where you are. And 2, it's been so busy for us. I'm just really enjoying seeing the players adapt and work to Premier League, the intensity, and then going into Europe and looking to perform in European competition. Apart from that, our thinking really is just about developing the players, their tactical idea, their mindset, and to show that can we consistently be up challenging at the top end of the table. So that's our only thought process at the moment.
Around about that time when you started coaching for Jose Mourinho, I think that's when you first crossed swords with Scott Parker. He joined round about the same time, didn't he?
Yeah, he'd been there a year or so, I think, before me. I think Scott had come in with Claudio when he was there, and then I had come in sort of the 2004. But yeah, I had a really good relationship with Scott. Real good guy, always a real good thinker of the game. You could tell that, and he'd done terrific for Chelsea. I think it was just a case of he needed and wanted to play more. He was a player that loved playing. But you could see back then a real thinker of the game, and absolutely, 1, not surprised he moved into coaching when he finished, and 2, the job that he's done at Fulham has been absolutely first class. For your first job, taking that pressure of taking the team towards the end of the time in the Premier League, and then to get them promoted out of the Championship, which is a really, really tough league, because mentally for players to get relegated, it's hard. But to then galvanise the club and get that spirit right, and then eventually get through in the playoff final where they played really, really well. I think he's done a fantastic job, and obviously it's always going to be difficult coming back in again. But after that early start, where it wasn't quite happening for them, they got some more players in, and you can see in their games they're now going very close in it. So we know we have to play at a really top level to get a performance. But he's done terrific, and he's only going to get better and better and better as he gains more experience.
Would you swap that apprenticeship that you had, because you had years of coaching, you were allowed to travel around Europe, Spain in particular, I think, watching games and coaching sessions. He thrust himself in quite quickly, quite early. Is there a risk of burnout doing it the way he's done it?
No, I don't think there is. I think just the path's different. I wasn't a top player, so my pathway naturally was to be a student of the game, and fortunately I had time. I had to do other things and earn my respect in a different way through my coaching, and for Scott and guys like that, and Frank and Stephen and probably John Terry eventually when John gets into these guys, they've been top players, outstanding careers at the very highest level, and I've always got admiration for those guys, because they're learning, they're having to do then straight away as managers virtually, unless they, like Colo Touré with me. Colo was a top player. His decision is to go into the coaching and be and understand coaching a little bit more, and then if an opportunity comes, probably we'll manage one day. But the likes of Scott, he'd done his coaching, and then he's obviously out there on the front line now and doing a great job. So it's just a different pathway. There's no one way to become a manager. He'll have great experiences from his playing career that he can bring into his management. I've had a different pathway, and I bring all those experiences in with me into management.